There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, with support provided by Bailey and Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office. Welcome to another Mountain Stage with your host, Kathy Mattea.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune, but the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning round, a simple song. Hello and welcome once again to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. I'm Kathy Mattea, and we are across town here in Charleston, West Virginia, in the beautiful Clay Center for the Arts and Sciences. We're so glad to be with you here and with you there listening on the radio. And we have 4 exciting guests that we know you're going to love. We are going to welcome back DiFranco, who is back with us for, I believe, the 9th time, with new songs and a new album. And next hour, one of Nashville's most revered songwriters and performers, Carll, is here with his band. Later this hour, we'll hear a set from the wonderful Dar Williams, who's asked the Mountain Stage Band to join her. But we're going to start the show tonight with a quartet who started in 2013 in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where they were all students at UNC. They're deeply rooted in bluegrass. Every album they released has hit the top 10 on the bluegrass charts. They call themselves renegade traditionalists because, as committed as they are to the bluegrass tradition, they listen to all kinds of music, and they're not afraid to filter those influences back into their unique sound. They have a new album. It's their 5th, but it's their first for Rounder Records, and it's called simply Mipso. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Mipso.
Careful, don't let the screen door slam. The carnival's open, but that spring in the middle might bite the hand. The moon's full, that's light from the hiding sun. And there's flowers in the carpet, but dad's staring bullets at some cowboys and Indians. Gone in a silvery fire. Going right over to the other side for a little while, barking at the TV screens, gawking at the beauty queens. They never knew you were gone, and you're faithful to the call of the borderline. You noticed a hog-nosed snake, and that takes a willing vision to bring to life. There's a sky full, just burning with angel light. There's signs up in the heavens that shine like horns of a celestial front line. Gone in a silvery fire. Going right over to the other side for a little while. A different world through an open door. A cicada on a sycamore. They never knew you were gone. They never knew you were gone. January sunrise o'er the pines, a tall one's broken under snow and film for days of hours. And it's peaceful, but there's no one to listen now. Silence in the city, keys to the kingdom have been buried deep underground. Gone in a silvery fire, going right over to the other side for a little while, barking at the TV screens, gawking at the beauty queens. They never knew you were gone. No, they never knew you were gone.
Thank you very much. What an honor to be here again, and I don't think we could have chosen a lineup that we would have preferred more than the one tonight. So thanks for having us, and thanks to Mountain Stage especially for choosing us to be part of this. Thank you. Like Kathy told you, we're called Mipso. We're from Chapel Hill. And we're going to play another song from the album we just put out last October. This one's called Like You Never. Like you never read a lover with a narrow eye, and you never swallowed heavy on the slide. You never cast yourself in a movie. All the faces shaded smooth. Like you never needed little hills driving home, and you never thought of the seeds you had sown. You never wondered how the playboys do it. Tried to run and fell into it. Well, I know this road up and down. Like you never faked the fever of a disco queen, and you never shook yourself by a string. You never pushed it when the engine rattled, or fought leading on the eve of battle. Well, I know this road up and down. 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 I know this road
What does it mean when you laugh after I say thank you?
Just seems disingenuous.
I mean it. It's great to be here. It would be great to be anywhere because we hadn't played music in so long, and it feels really special to be up here with all these people in person, singing bands that we love. It's a special occasion, so I hope we're feeling celebratory. This is a song called Coyote.
Where you from, she said, staring a hole right through my traveler's halo. A worker beyond the threshold, in the throes of it, I ducked in from a dark cloud. Before I could think of return to order, I glanced a messenger on her shoulder. A sort of dog in ink held my attention for just a second too long. And I said, hey, coyote, how long can you stand in the doorway? Hey, coyote, paint me another way home. You remind me of a dream I forgot as I woke. Yeah, you struck me like a thought I had until I spoke. She asked my name. She said, what's your name? She wrote it on my cup. And there's a separate metric key that comes with the territory. And there's a sort of beacon where there used to be a door. 'Cause if it beats, it bleeds. Bleeds, it leads, so I'll follow you. And I said, hey, coyote, how long can you stand in the doorway? Hey, coyote, paint me another way home. If it's blood that lights the mind when there's sugar in it, maybe appetite's the father. If a child is born with wings and a raven's beak, well, you can lead a horse to water. I said, hey, coyote, how long can you stand in the doorway? Hey, coyote, paint me another way home.
Thank you.
We were just having a little band meeting. I think that's the first time we've gotten to play that in front of people, which is a wild thing. So thank you for being our first. We put out a number of records. This is the first one we put out, and then were able to stay home for a solid year afterwards, which is both a good and a bad thing. But one of the things we look forward to about the time that you get making records is the people you get to do it with, and we feel really fortunate that the producer on one of our albums is here tonight. His name's Todd Sikafus. He plays with Ani, and he's one of our favorite musicians and people and encouragers in the world, and we got to have some beautiful times together, and we're happy to have another one tonight. So we're going to play a song from that record, which is called Edges Run. This song's called People Change.
Maybe in 10 years you call me on your telephone wondering if I'm all alone. Remember how we knew each other in 10 years, when everyone's moved down the line and we've all ended up fine. But I no longer know your number. I used to love you like the world would end. I used to love you like a child. The thing about people is they change when they walk away. We used to talk real slow about the things that no one knows. I hate when people bring me flowers, trapped in glass, final hour, and life rolls. It's all so fast till it slows. We cried that night in Carll. I realized we were letting go. I used to love you like the world would end. I used to love you like a child. The thing about people is they change when they walk away. Like the world would end. I used to love you like a child. The thing about people is they change when they walk away.
We, 4 or 5 of us here have really personal relationships with all the music of Dar Williams and Hayes Carll and Ani DiFranco. This is a special night for us to be here playing with these folks. When we saw the lineup, we genuinely were like, wow, the music gods, I guess the West Virginia music gods have smiled upon us. This is good. We should mention that our drummer, Jan Westerlund, was the drummer on Ani DiFranco's most recent record, so you can hear him on there.
I walked hot water, I left the fodder to the other ones, but I grew a taste for cut, and they had always smelled my blood.
The edges run, the edges run all over.
I worked for money, I lived for running on the shady road, but I caught a whiff of sun, and I knew my race was done.
The edges run, the edges run all over.
I laughed at flowers I watched them cower at the sight of me, but the colors caught my tongue, and all my arrows came unstrung.
The edges run, the edges run all over. The edges run, the edges run all over. The edges run, the edges run, the edges run all over. The edges run, the edges run, the edges run. edges run, the edges run all over. The edges run, the edges run, the edges run all over. The edges run, the edges run, the edges run all over. The edges run, the edges run, the edges run all over.
Thank y'all so much.
One, two, three.
Does it make your heart beat fast? Turning over hourglass after hourglass till they're gone. Staring at a faded map, never start to clear a path. Now you're walking alone. I meant to make it before, but the making's no good anymore. I meant to make it by now, but the making's no good anyhow. Are you staying up all night, staring at a candlelight, flickers till the dawn? Can you hear it coming down? Is it just a passing sound, or the calling of the fall? I meant to make it before, but the making's no good anymore. I meant to make it by now, but the making's no good anyhow. You've been putting on a mess. Did she take the time to find if a mere nose went alive? Yeah, I've been moving real fast, turning over hourglass after hourglass till they're gone. I meant to make it before, but the making's no good anymore. I meant to make it by now, but the making's no good anyhow.
Thanks, y'all. Hope to see you soon.
Mipso! Ah, so good, so good, so good. They almost didn't make it this far. There was a car crash in 2018, and 3 of them were lucky to survive. They'd been touring 150 days a year for years, trying to get started, and they almost decided to call it quits, but they wound up recommitting themselves during the pandemic, and aren't we glad they did? That was Mipso, and that's also the title to their new album. It's time to welcome Julie Adams, our singer, to do a song for you. And Julie's chosen a bittersweet John Prine song tonight called Summer's End. And as always, Julie's accompanied by our great Mountain Stage band. Ron Soul is the leader of the band. He plays acoustic guitar. Michael Lipton's on electric guitar tonight. Bob Thompson's at the piano. Steve Hill plays the bass. And Ahmed Solomon is our drummer. Julie has chosen this song by John Prine.
Summer's ends around the bend just flying. The swimming suits are on the line just drying. I'll meet you there per our conversation. I hope I didn't ruin your whole vacation. Well, you never know how far from home you're feeling until you've watched the shadows cross the ceiling. I don't know, but I can see it snowing in your car. The windows are wide open. Come on home. Come on home. No, you don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Valentines break hearts and minds at random. That old Easter egg ain't got a leg to stand on. Well, I can see that you can't win for trying. New Year's Eve is bound to leave you crying. Come on home. Come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. The moon and stars hang out in bars just talking. I still love that picture of us walking, just like that old house we thought was haunted. Summer's end came faster than we wanted. Come on home. Come on home. No, you don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Come on home. No, you don't have to be alone. Come on home.
That was Julie Adams with John Prine's Come On Home. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Remember, if you missed part of Mountain Stage or want to hear something again, visit the podcast section of mountainstage.org. Each podcast includes songs not heard on the radio and the complete finale song. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and leave a review wherever you listen. Our next performer is a bit of a Renaissance woman. She got her start in the thriving folk scene of mid-90s Boston. She's played the Newport Folk Festival, toured the country with Joan Baez, and was part of the iconic Lilith Fair tour. She's written 3 books, taught a college course, and leads an annual songwriting retreat. She's a busy woman. She has a new album. It's her first in 6 years. It's called I'll Meet You Here. Please welcome Dar Williams.
We'll go walking for a little while, and I know what I will say. I know there's only now and yesterday. Oh, time, I'll meet you here. It's when I thought that I was alone. You snapped your fingers and a tree came into bloom, and the sun came by to fill my room. Oh, time, you will never tell me something that has not happened yet. You will never make a promise, but I can get just what I get. You will never say you love me. You will never say you love me, but I can love just what I get.
Time, I'll make it up to you this time. We'll go walking down that wide country road. I will be your brave companion, your adventurous D'Artagnan.
I will be your best receiver, your goldenest retriever. I'll remember what you taught me and those treasures that you brought me. Most of all, a lifetime of friends. They came together when I asked you to be one of them. Oh, time, be my friend. 'Cause when I thought that I was alone, you snapped your fingers and a tree came into bloom, and the sun came by to fill my room. Oh, time, you will never tell me something that has not happened yet. You will never make a promise, but I can get just what I get. You will never say you love me. You will never say you love me. You will never say you love me, but let's see what's round the bend.
thank you so much. This is my first time back on Mount Stage for a long time, 6 years, and it was emotional to come back today. And this is a song that I wrote for a friend of mine who he said, all this stuff we're going through with the streaming and the changes in the economy and the music, and there's so much stuff. And he said, sometimes I feel less inspired because I feel so confused by the economy of the whole thing. And I said, no, you're not, sorry. You're not allowed to be confused. All right, you're allowed to be confused, but I will be sympathetic and we'll keep on going. Somebody once said, one thing is eternal. There's always people who want to make music, and there's always going to be people who want to listen to music. So that's how we'll proceed. So this is the song. So this is the song I wrote in empathy and sympathy, but also marching forward. Here we go. I see what you see, and I hope the world is watching. Oh, they're gonna love the way you say the things you do. They don't know what's in store, they've never seen the likes of this before. No, you're gonna give it all away. I know how it feels when the day will give you nothing, but then you see the golden spark that's floating on the wind. The line becomes the verse, becomes the golden trees, the golden birds. I know you're gonna give it all away. Whoa, 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 you give it all away. Yeah, you give it all away. Whoa, 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 you give it all away. Yeah, you give it all away. Kid, I see that thing you did. You pulled it out without a doubt, and everyone was waiting. That was yesterday. You turned around, and now they say, oh, what have you done lately? Oh, you give it all away. You're not alone when you say it's going fast now. The silver hope kaleidoscope is spinning us away. But find the means and find the ends, find a reason, just pretend, just find a way to send the light you send. Just like salvation might depend upon the things you do, my lovely friend, and oh, you're gonna give it all away. Oh, you're gonna give it all away. Oh, 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 you give it all away. Yeah, you give it all away. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Well, over the last few years, I came out with a book. It's called What I Found in 1,000 Towns. And Ani has a wonderful memoir, and this book that I wrote is not really a memoir. It's my take on urban planning, and it comes from the fact that I've been to so many venues that started, as a house concert, then went to a church basement, then came upstairs in the church, and then a few years later, you'd see an art center opening up, and then that art center would have, art classes for the community and things like that. I just watched these towns sort of growing, and I just was so interested in that. People would find things that they loved, and that's what brought them to their towns and cities. They would have garlic fests and apple fests, and if you were really lucky, you were Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, where the Blob was partially filmed, and then you can have Blob Fest, which is fantastic. And it's not just the blob, it's all, sci-fi. I was there on Godzilla weekend. What I saw was how these towns would, find these things that they loved about themselves and show them to the world and create what I called the hometown pride with the worldly welcome. And a lot of people said, well, aren't you just creating a blueprint for people to gentrify? And I disagreed, because these towns that had this thing that I called positive proximity, this way that people found a way to make living around one another such a positive thing. Also, I saw in the pandemic, we're the first to come forward with great ways to take care of each other and their neighbors, with clinics and with their libraries, doing things that were really all about people loving where they live and being so proud that they care about their neighbors even more. What I really loved is how they would often surprise themselves with all of this good stuff that they found going forward. This is a song called Little Town. It's nothing that you did, you gotta understand. You're taking it too fast, yeah, it's going way too fast. It's nothing that you did, it's not the color of your skin. But one thing you should know, you gotta take it slow. What they call the shifting of the sands, I see as your demands. When you change, you can't ignore what things are and were before. My family has been here for generations, and now I have 2 children of my own. And I knew that I would stay here, always knew I'd stay here. It's not a new world that you found, it's just a little town. Everybody knows who was born and raised here. The mayor is my friend, I've known him all my life. Each year he and I plan the 4th of July. So why'd he ask you to? You, especially you. He said this town, for all its pride, it's been dying from inside. And we gotta find our way. We'll start with Independence Day. And as the fireworks went up above the mountain, I saw you put your hand up to your heart. And I saw the mayor watching, knew my kids were watching, hoping I would come around. Big parade, little town. And now the months come after months, and every 4th of July we help our children putting all the flags on the line. Up and down the main street, every country that we're from, like the mayor always wanted. He's been gone for 7 years now. It's quiet by the lake, walking with our dogs. How long has it been? Oh, it's been a long time now. We talk about this town, you're the mayor of it now. And everyone comes here, everyone comes here. We like to say we don't get out that much, 'cause the whole world comes to us. We can't blame them now, we say we are just a little great. And you know that I'm not proud, those things I dare to say out loud. But you wave it all away, my friend, you wave it all away. But my kids, they went off in all directions, and I know it's thanks to you they have returned. They have all this understanding, all this understanding. They have been the world around, and they came back Thank you, Bob. So I don't know if I would have written this song if I hadn't been such a big Ani DiFranco fan. I'm not sure if I'd have this career if Ani hadn't been such a trailblazer. I always say she brought the scream back to acoustic music, and it was such a great time in the '90s to be blazing our own paths with each other's support. And so I want to dedicate this to, well, so many people out in the world. I'll dedicate this to you too, Julie. I want to dedicate this to Ani DiFranco, but you and I have known each other for 25 years, and I thank you for every one of the times I've been on the show. All right, I'd love to hear people singing along, especially the men. This is called As Cool as I Am. Yeah, there was a time I didn't like the love, I liked the climbers. Was no sister then, was running out of time and one-liners. And I was afraid, like you are when you're too young to know the time. And so I watched the way you take your fear and hoard the horizon. The point you have a word for every woman you can lay your eyes on, like you own just because you've all the time. You turn to me, you say I'm not threatened. Whoa, 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 I'm not that petty. As cool as I am, I thought you know this already. I will not be afraid of women. I will not be afraid of women. So now we're at a club. You watch the woman dancing, she is drunk and she is smiling and she's falling in that slow descending funk. The whole bar is loud and proud and everybody's trying, yeah. You play the artist, saying is it how she moves or how she looks? I'd say it's loneliness, so spend it to our own like grappling hooks. And as long as she's got noise, she's fine. But I could teach her how I learned to dance when the music's ended. Whoa, whoa, and that's not petty. As cool as I am, I thought you'd know this already. I will not be afraid of women. I will not be afraid of women. You tried to make me doubt, to make me guess, tried to make me feel like a little less so. I liked you when your soul was bared. I thought you knew how to be scared. And now it's amazing what you did to make me stay. The truth is just like time, it catches up and it just keeps going. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I'm leaving. You can find out how much better things can get. And if it helps, I say I feel a little worse than I did when we met. So when you find someone else, you can try again at my work next time. You look out of the kitchen window and you shake your head and say low. If I could believe that stuff, I say that woman has a halo. And I look at her and say, yeah, she's really blonde. And then I go outside to join the others. I am the others. Whoa, whoa, and that's not easy. I don't know what you saw. I want somebody who sees me. I will not be afraid of women. I will not be afraid of women. Thank you. And now Bob's going to join me on this last song. This is a song I wrote when I was 25, and I had been left by a 27-year-old for a 20-year-old, and so it's called "You're Aging Well," and I and I didn't realize as I was writing that song on my futon that I was going to be going all around Europe and the United States with Joan Baez singing that song. And I still have people who come to my concerts, maybe one or two per concert, who first saw me with Joan, who took me under her wing and gave me a lot of tips. Stretch velvet was a strong recommendation. It travels easily, looks nice under the light, don't have to iron it. And she once told me I should get new shoes because I had these little dusty boots that I would wear on stage that she just gave me a little nudge, like your favorite sister or aunt. And so I'm 25 years later, and the same age that I was when I started touring with her, I'm still feeling so grateful to all of the brethren, singer-songwriter, musicians that I have traveled with. And again, I want to thank the Mountain Stage Band for being part of that whole world of travelers. And there's always new surprises that I find. I just met Kathy Mattea for the first time tonight, which was such a joy. And I loved Mipso. Okay, someone's got to edit that out. I love Mipso's set. Thank you. And thank you for being a part of all of this. This year has really brought a lot of gratitude, back into my heart about performing. I don't know if it ever left, but I'm certainly so glad to see you again. Here we go.
Why is it that as we grow older and stronger, the road signs point us adrift and make us afraid, saying you never can win? Watch your back, where's your husband? Oh, I don't like the signs that the sign makers made. So I'm gonna steal out with my paint, my brushes. I'll change the directions, I'll hit every street. Is the Tinseltown scandal, the Robin Hood vandal. She goes out and steals the King's English. And in the morning you wake up and the signs point to you. They say, I'm so glad that you finally made it here. You thought nobody cared, but I did, I could tell. And this is your year, and it always starts here. And oh, you're aging well. Well, I know a woman with a collection of sticks. She could fight back the hundreds of voices she heard. She could poke at the greed, she could fend off her need, and with anger she found she could pound every word. But one voice got through and caught her up by surprise. It said, don't hold us back, we're the story you tell. And no sooner than spoken, a spell had been broken, and the voices before were trumpets and timpani, violins, basses, and woodwinds and cellos, singing, we're so glad that you finally made it here. You thought nobody cared, but we did, we could tell. And now you'll dance through the days while the orchestra plays. And oh,
15. Oh, I knew it was over. The road to enchantment was not mine to take. 'Cause lower calf, upper arm should be half what they are. I was breaking the laws that the sign makers made. And all I could eat was the poisonous apple. And that's not a story. I was meant to survive, and I was all out of choices. But the woman of voices, she turned round the corner with music around her. She gave me the language that keeps me alive. She said, I'm so glad that you finally made it here. With the things you know now that only time can tell. Looking back, seeing far, landing right where we are. And oh, you're aging, oh, and I'm aging, oh, aren't we aging well?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bob. Thank you all. That was Dar Williams. Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. It's not fair when they make you get all weepy before you have to walk back out on stage. Yeah, like, in her spare time, she writes a book on urban planning. She's also written 2 other books. They're novels for young adults. And she taught the college course on music and social movements. And she's also written a green blog for the Huffington Post for years, just in her spare time between writing all those songs. She's an amazing person, and I have to say, the love she showed to the Mountain Stage Band, she showed to everybody backstage all day. She's just got a beautiful soul. That was Dar Williams. Her new album is out now. It's called I'll Meet You Here. And that was Dar along with the Mountain Stage Band. We'd like to say a special hello to you right now if you're listening over WSLJ in Watertown, New York, and KRCB in Rohnert Park, California. Thank you so much. We hope you can join us next week, too, when we welcome Todd Snyder, Kathleen Edwards, The Accidentals, Mick Flannery, and Sonny War. This is Kathy Mattea, and you're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage from NPR. Hello again, and welcome back to the second hour of Mountain Stage. I'm Kathy Mattea. I'm so glad you joined us, and I know you will be too. Still to come, we'll hear from the incomparable Ani DiFranco. But first, He has a new album just released called You Get It All on Dual Tone Records. He comes from that deep tradition of quintessentially Texas songwriters that include Guy Clark and Townes Van Zandt, who he has said ruined me and saved me at the same time. These are the kind of songs I relished playing in late-night jam sessions from West Virginia to Tennessee in my 20s. Songs with wit, edge, wisdom, humor, and self-reflection. Please welcome back Hayes Carll.
We'll sing this with the cat. All my tame and all my wild, all my man and all my child, all my faults and all my scars, all my sometimes lucky stars, all my joys and my regrets, all my old Guy Clark cassettes. I knew the night we met you'd get it all. All my lows and all my highs, all my truth and all my lies, all my rights and all my wrongs, all my from now on love songs, all my future, all my roots, all my worn out cowboy boots that I kick off in the hall, but you get it all. And I'd rather drive you crazy being more than you can stand than to let you try to love half a man. And all my cards are on the table, and darling, it's your call, but I'm all in, so lose or win, you get it all. All my will be, all my was, all my cloud of Texas dust, all my humble, all my bragging, all my on and off the wagon, all my be your place to hide, all my always on your side, all my catch you when you fall, you get it all. And I'd rather drive you crazy being more than you can stand, but then I let you try to love half a man. And all my cards are on the table, and darling, it's your call, but I'm all in, so lose or win, you get it all. All my blessing, all my curse, all my better, all my worse, but from the chapel to the hearse, you get it all. Yeah, you do. Thank you very much. Thank you. What an honor and a privilege it is to be back here. I believe this is my 6th time, and it feels very, very good to be back. Thank y'all for coming out. All right, we're going to do all these songs off my new record. I only printed a limited number of them. It's a new marketing strategy I'm trying. Okay. I have climbed up on the mountain and I've fallen in the pit. I have looked love in the eye and seen the other side of it. I spend most of my time just laughing at a joke nobody gets, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, she said she'd stay forever, but she lied, lied, lied. Oh, she couldn't keep a straight face if she tried, tried, tried. told me that she loved me. Now she's someone else's bride, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Ain't it funny what gets you where you're going? Who's to say what's right or what is wrong? There ain't nobody knows how life's gonna happen. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. Every time I see my buddies, we get way too stoned. Oh, we start trading stories, and it's on, it's on. And I swear I left a piece of me down every road I've gone, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Ain't it funny what gets you where you're going? Who's to say what's right or what is wrong? There ain't nobody knows how life's gonna happen. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. Live it. It's a big old beautiful universe, and I'm happy where I am. I got supper in the oven and a cold drink in my hand. I take naps when I want to and go dancing when I can, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Ain't it funny what gets you where you're going? Who's to say what's right or what is wrong? There ain't nobody knows how life's gonna happen. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. Only thing to do is live it till it's gone. And I wouldn't have it any other way. It rains all day in the desert, and Elvis isn't live. A circle's got 4 corners, and 2 + 2 is 5. I've never been hungover, and there ain't no fish in the sea, and she'll come back to me. Oh, well, a guitar don't make music, and a bumblebee won't sting. It works if you don't use it, and Dolly just can't sing. We don't go to church on Sundays, and freedom it comes free, and she'll come back to me. And I heard her say I do, but just because one says a thing, that don't make it true. Now I'm sitting there by my lonesome, sad as a man can be, praying she'll come back to me. Well, the clock don't tick and time stands still. Monkey is a man's best friend. It's easier pushing that rock uphill. There's no such thing as sin. Mamas don't love their babies, and money grows on trees, and she'll come back to me. just because one says a thing that don't make it true. Now I'm sitting there by my lonesome, sad as a man can be, praying she'll come back to me. Oh, praying she'll come back to me. Thank you. Thank you. This is a song that I wrote with Josh Morningstar, a great songwriter. I wrote it with my grandfather in mind. It's a song for people who are suffering from dementia. When I was a teenager, my grandfather started struggling with that. And it was really challenging to watch. I remember there was a time when it affected his personality. He was a really sweet man. There was one day where he was being really short with me, and my dad pulled me aside and he said, "Don't remember your grandfather this way. This is not who he is." And we wrote this for anybody struggling with that, or for the families and friends of people struggling with it. It's hard on everybody. So it's called Help Me Remember. The leaves on that ancient old oak tree are starting to turn. The same shades as the flames of this fire that I'm watching burn. There's an unfinished crossword resting on the arm of this chair. And for the life of me, I can't recall if I'm the one who left it there. And it feels so familiar as I watch you walk in the room. And at first I don't recognize you till I damn sure recognize that perfume. And you kneel down beside me and gently take hold of my hand. And I say, baby, I'm scared and I'm not sure I know who I am. Can you help me remember who it is that I used to be? Well, you tell me the story of my family, my hopes and my dreams. Did I try to stand for something? Or would I always fold? Did I do things when I was young to be proud of when I was old? Was I a house on fire? Or was I just a slow burning ember? Could you please help me remember? This ring on my finger is golden, faded and worn, like it was forged in the fires of love, has weathered the storms. And I try to make sense of these old photographs on the wall, but there's just faces and places that I don't know at all. Will you help me remember? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I know there's a story, it's getting harder to find. Did I protect my children? Stand up for my friends? How much damage did I do? Did I ever make amends? Did I try to fight for something, but just not give a damn? Was I a believer in God and His plan? Did I light up your life like a full moonlit night in December? Could you please help me remember? I need you to help me remember. Thank you very much. If it's okay, I'd like to play a sad song now for you. No, this next one wasn't. I got the idea, or the title from my wife. I get a lot of things from her. Like a lot of folks during this pandemic, I got a dog. I adopted a dog from the adoption agency. I went in and I said, I want a good dog. And they said, we got one for you. I said, all right, show her to me. And they brought out this dog. It was a little puppy. And they told me that she was a lab, and I believed them. And I took her home. I named her Winnie, and she was my dog. And Winnie was a beautiful girl, very sweet. But she grew. She just kept growing. It was like that the Dr. Seuss deal where the kid has the goldfish, and he feeds it too much. And it grows out of the bowl, and then he has to put it in the kitchen sink, and then it grows out of that, and he has to put it in the bathtub, and then it grows out of that, and he has to put it in the swimming pool. And I don't remember where it goes after that, but it becomes a problem. And Winnie was sort of like that. She just kept growing and growing. And I took her to the vet one day, and he said, I don't think this is a lab. And so I got one of those, like the 23andMe for dogs test to figure out where she came from. And I got the results back after a couple weeks, and we were very excited. And opened it up, and the first relative it told me was her mother. And it turns out her mother was a Great Dane. And so I said, wow, that's a thing. And I opened up the other one and looked at the father, and the father was an even greater Dane. Winnie is a big girl. We have a lot of body positivity talks around the house. And it would be fine, except that she eats everything, which I personally wouldn't care that much about. But since most things in our house have been put there and chosen very intentionally by my wife, it's a problem, because she ate the couch, she eats the floor, she eats the table, she ate a scarf that some fella named Hermes gave her one time. I don't know why that was such a big deal, but she took it really hard. I said, baby, I'll get you a new one. She goes, no, you won't. And for years, my wife's been trying to grow these white peonies. That's her favorite flower, white peonies, a beautiful flower. And this year was the year that it actually happened. They came up from the ground, and I knew that my dog would eat them. So I preemptively went out and I put like barbed wire around the flowers to protect them, and it didn't work. when he tore down the barbed wire and ate the flowers. And I discovered this at like 6 a.m. one morning, and the neighbors rise early on our street, and everybody's outside doing the thing, and my wife comes outside and she sees what happened, and she goes over and picks up the barbed wire, and she hurls it across the yard while simultaneously shouting at me, "This is why we can't have nice things." I said, "That's a good title, baby." Well, God came down to earth to enjoy what she created. Took a fishing trip to Georgia to see what she could see, and cast out a holy line and thought she'd hooked a big one, reeled in an oil barrel and said, "Oh my me, this is why your whole world is on fire. This is why you can't drink from your own springs. This is why, this is why, this is why, this is why y'all can't have nice things." So she walked back to the highway, flagged down a passing stranger, an old man with a kind streak who offered her a toke. And just as she was partaking, the blue light started flashing. As he slipped the handcuffs on her, she thought this must be a joke. And this is why y'all are all strung out to Christmas. This is why I left you all them seeds. This is why, this is why, this is why, this is why y'all can't have nice things. Jail, with a rap sheet and no money, went looking for a coffee and passed by an angry mob. They were yelling about people who should suffer pain eternal. She asked one for $1 and they said, "Sinner, get a job." This is why I gave you all compassion. This is why I taught you empathy. This is why I said love your neighbor. This is why pills don't grow on trees. This is why I blessed you with salvation. This is why angels lose their wings. This is why, this is why, this is why, why. This is why y'all can't have nice things. Oh, this is why y'all can't have nice things. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, thanks so much for listening to us. Really appreciate it. And thanks to Mountain Stage for giving a home for so many musicians and so many folks, and a way for us to get our music out in the world and make us feel needed. If it was up to me, the fish would all be biting. The words would not need writing, they just fall out of my pen. If it was up to me, my bank account would have more zeros. I'd be friends with all my heroes, and they call me now and then. If it was up to me, I'd live out by the sea and order extra rum with every single drink. I'd let it and the waves drown your memory. If it was up to me, if it was up to me, we'd all be driving 80. I'd be living like they paid me instead of working to get paid. If it was up to me, my mistakes would not outlive me, and everyone could just forgive me for all the ones I've made. If it was up to me, I'd have my own money tree, and I'd buy all the things that I don't really need, and they'd help me not to think about how we used to be. If it was up to me. If it was up to me, the strolls would win the season, and I'd have every reason to go out and paint the town. If it was up to me, this life would be so easy, and everyone would aim to please me, and they'd never let me down. If it was up to me, I'd have no enemies, and I'd receive the grace I need without apology. And no one that I love would ever have to leave. If it was up to me, but it's not up to me. Thank you so much, everybody.
That was Hayes Carll. Nice to have you back. He won the Americana Music Association's Song of the Year in 2008 for a song called She Left Me for Jesus. And in 2016, he was nominated for a Grammy for Best Country Song for Chances Are. His new album, it's his 8th, is called You Get It All. That's Hayes Carll. It's time for our pianist, Bob Thompson, now. Bob's going to play the Jitterbug Waltz from Fats Waller. Yes. That was Bob Thompson with Fats Waller's Jitterbug Waltz. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. If you have questions or suggestions for us, our email address is feedback@mountainstage.org. You can also connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and peek behind the scenes on our Instagram. You can find all those links at our website, mountainstage.org. Our last performer of the evening tonight is a musician and an activist, and she's just released her 22nd studio album on Righteous Babe Records. It's called Revolutionary Love. This year marks the 30th anniversary of her first release. She collaborated on this project with Brad Cook, a producer and musician best known for his work with Bon Iver. It was recorded in 2 days in Durham, North Carolina, and most of the performances were first or second takes. And I am struck by how committed she is to keeping her eyes on the light, even through what seems like blinding darkness. Please welcome back to the Mountain Stage, Ani DiFranco.
Well, good evening. It sure is a good evening, too, huh? Oh, man. I couldn't feel more blessed to be here with all the amazing musicians and you. So thanks, Mountain Stage, once again. I live in two different worlds simultaneously. The one I seem to live in, and the one that lives in me. And one is full of violence, oppression and disrespect, and one is full of longing to breathe and to connect. Yes, my inner world is fragile, and the outer world is dumb. And this whole thing is such a hassle. Won't you wake me when it's done? I live in two different worlds simultaneously. The one where we are fractured, and the one where we are free. Yeah, freedom requires safety. Yeah, freedom requires trust. Yeah, freedom requires balance in the equation of us. Yes, my inner world is fragile, and the outer world is dumb. And this whole thing is such a hassle. Won't you wake me when it's done? When it's done. 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 When it's done.
I live in two different worlds simultaneously, and between them is a chasm unfolding unfathomably, and in that chasm a shadow, and in that shadow I stand, facing towards the light, nothing in my hands. Yes, my inner world is fragile, and the outer world is dumb, and this whole thing is such a hassle. Won't you wake me when it's done? When it's done, 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 when it's done. All right, thank you. Oh, man. Okay, well, pandemics or something else, again. But they really make things clear, don't they? Like, music is something. I just was sitting up there watching all this miraculous music go down for the last hour and a half and thinking, what the hell? People write songs and sing them for each other and invent instruments and learn how to play them. Okay, sorry. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I just need to just ditto everything that's been said up here this evening. I think music is just the best idea that humankind has ever had. Do you ever just want to give up? Well, me too. Are you shocked by what people get used to? Do you wake up in a cold sweat? Well, that's sane. At least you got a little brain left. You got a little brain. 'Cause there's foxes in the hen house and bad news every day. And right there on Pennsylvania Avenue, the sheetless KKK. And there's models wielding microphones, chasing maniacs around. And everything's on fire. And there's twisters touching down. And I know you got to fight your adrenaline just to be a gentleman. And you know I got to fight my amygdala just to keep hearing ya. But we can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die. We can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die. So let's pause, let us regroup, let us recover, let us recoup, let us remember that we are charmed. Let us look down at our hands and remember we're armed. Yes. 'Cause Yankee Doodle Dandy didn't feel free once, so he used his pen to pick the locks. And Yankee Doodle Dandy did some do's kind of carpentry when he fashioned that ballot box. And if you think your vote doesn't matter, then you're not paying attention. Yes, everything they do to keep you from their invention. Yes, if you think your vote doesn't matter, then you're not paying attention. Yes, everything they do to keep you from their invention. But we can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die, we can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die. Yeah. Do you ever just want to give up? Well, me too. Are you shocked by what people get used to? Do you wake up in a cold sweat? Well, that's sane. At least you got a little brain left. You got a little grind. Yes, I know you got to fight your adrenaline just to be a gentleman. Yeah, you know I got to fight my amygdala just to keep hearing ya. But we can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die, we can do this if we try. If we do this like it's do or die. All right, thank you. Oh. Okay. That train just won't stop, blowing its horn that way. But it doesn't really matter, wasn't sleeping anywhere. I got precious little time before that rooster starts, just trying to calm my mind, just trying to still my heart. My focus right, the more I see how one could lose sight. The many things that don't suck rival the things that do. And we all live in halves of what we pay attention to. I'm really not that bad. Once you get used to me, might even make you laugh. Honey, just wait and see. Just trying to walk that line, just trying to do my part, trying to calm my mind, trying to still my heart. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm going to play you the title track from this new record that I made during this pandemic. I want to send this song out to Jan this evening, who you saw drumming with my new favorite band, Mipso. Jan and I did indeed record the whole record in 2 days, just the two of us. And then a bunch of other miraculous creatures jumped on after that. But what a joy it was. That is how we met. I think that tonight, watching Jan play on stage was the first time I've seen the lower half of his face. I didn't know you were so handsome, Jan. That's nice for you. And all the people around you. But I did know he was a badass player. And my record is very lucky for that. So here we go. This is a song called Revolutionary Love. But not forget. And I will ask you, I'll ask you questions, and I will try to understand. And if you give me your story, I will hold it in my hands, and I will bring the love, yeah, the revolutionary love. I will bring the love, the revolutionary love. I will bring the love, the revolutionary love, the revolutionary love. Yes, and even if you hurt me, oh, I will not shut down. No, you can't make me hate you and carry that hate around. Oh, I will see no stranger, only parts of myself I don't yet know. Yes, and I'll see right through evil, to a wound too scared to show. Yeah, I have the power to stay open. Yeah, I have the power to be of the one who I've been waiting for, yes, of the one who sets me free. Yeah, I can bring the love, the revolutionary love. I could bring the love, love, the revolutionary love. I could bring the love, the revolutionary love, the revolutionary love. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I could bring the love, the revolutionary love. I could bring the love, the revolutionary love. I could bring the love, the revolutionary love, the revolutionary love. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let me take a second here to introduce to you these wonderful musicians I'm playing with now. On the drums, this is Mr. Terrence Higgins. And on the bass, this is Todd Sycophus. We'll play you one more from this new record here. Don't even think for a second I had any idea. I thought you'd always want me like I wanted you. I just stood there by the time I got my wits about me, there was nothing I could do. I was living in a bad dream, not of my design, caught up in the spotlight of your agitated mind, just minding my own business, just rolling down the road, trying not to take it personal, this heavy, heavy load.
and you can't imagine how far what was happening was from what was happening for me. Yeah, what was happening floored me. 'Cause I thought that we were perfect, which is to say, I just knew it was all worth it. Yes, every day I would listen to the birds sing in the morning. But it didn't matter if I turned left or right, turned right. No, it didn't matter if I tossed and turned all night. I just couldn't do nothing right. I was living in a bad dream, not of my design. Caught up in the spotlight of your agitated mind, just minding my own business, just rolling down the road, trying not to take it personal, this heavy, heavy load. Okay, well, I feel I've been here about 2.5 minutes, but I guess we'll play you one more song. Maybe it's been longer than that. I don't know, though. What is time anymore, you know? It could be 2 years, could be 2 minutes. It's not for us to say anymore. And so, yeah, all of them songs were kind of written in the last few years, but this one is the outlier. It goes back almost 30. I pulled it out of the crypt recently. And, yeah, I think I wrote it in 92 or 3 or something. Coincidentally, which I looked on the show history they have backstage, 92 was the first time I played Mountain Stage. Yes, indeedy. And, man, just what a joy to be a cousin in the Mountain Stage family. And just so many thanks for the love and support. I mean, bringing the little shaved-headed 1992 Ani D up here is like not something, you know, a lot of people were doing at the time. So thank you, Mountain Stage, for all the support. And I want to send this one out to my dear friend Dar Williams, who I just adore. I want to send this one out to actually the Muppet Baby 1992 Dar Williams, who I adored then. Yeah, all right, here we go. How's this go? Do you really know? Guess there's something wrong with me. Guess I don't fit in. No one wants to touch it. No one knows where to begin. I just want more than one membership to more than one club. 'Cause I owe my life
to the people that I love. He looks me up and down like he knows what time it is, like he's got my number, like he thinks it's his. He says, call me Mr. Franco. If there's anything I can do, I say it's Mr. DiFranco to you. Some days the line I walk turns out to be straight. Some days the line tends to deviate. I got no criteria for sex or race. I just want to see your voice, just want to hear your face. She looks me up and down like she thinks that I'm mature, like she's got my number, like it belongs to her. She says, call me Mr. Franco. If there's anything I can do, I say, you can watch my spots, my stars, my stripes too. Guess there's something wrong with me, guess I don't fit in. No one wants to touch it, no one knows where to begin. Just want more than one membership to more than one club, 'cause I owe my life to the people that I love. Thank you so much.
Honey DiFranco. Woo! Years ago, she founded her own precedent-setting label called Righteous Babe Records. She calls it a people-friendly, sub-corporate, woman-informed, queer, happy small business that puts music before rock stardom and ideology before profit. Fantastic. And just so you know, in 2020, Ani announced Righteous Babe Radio, which is righteousbaberadio.com, and she has a weekly show with a bootleg release every week. Her new album is called Revolutionary Love. That was Ani DiFranco. Thank you to Ani, and thanks to all our guests, Hayes Carll, to Mipso, and to Dar Williams. Thanks to you out there listening on the radio, because without you, there'd be no Mountain Stage, and we never forget that. I hope you'll come back next week when we're back home at the Culture Center Theater with Todd Snyder, Kathleen Edwards, The Accidentals, Mick Flannery, and Sonny War. Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Associate producers are Jeff Shirley and Vasilia Skoras. Assistant producer is John Ingram. Production manager is Paul Flaherty. We're engineered by Patrick Stevens, Richie Collins, Jim Raines, and production assistance is by Michael Lipton, Mary Lee, Lance Schrader, Chris Mead, Brian Hensley, Patrick Moore, and Big J. Photographic services provided by Brian Blauser. The promotion is coordinated by Vasilia Skoras, John Ingram, and Music in Motion Promotions. Special thanks to Mountain Stage members Walter and Sean Williams for your generous support. Lodging is provided by the Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston. We hope you'll be able to go see some live music just as soon as you can, whenever it's safe. You've been listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. All right, we're going to do one song to close it out. Don Everly passed away a few weeks ago. We've been mourning his loss, and we thought we'd do an old Everly Brothers song to celebrate his great music he left with us. Here we go. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness, hello loneliness,
was my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Good, bad romance that might have been. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye my love,
Bob Johnson. Michael Lipton. All right, Libby Redbird. Joseph Terrell. Hayes Carl.
I'm through with romance. I'm through with love. I'm through with counting the stars above. And here's the reason that I'm so free. My loving baby is through with me.
Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I could die.
Travis Linville on the dope road. Back to Bob on the piano. Bye-bye love.
Bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. Bye-bye my love, goodbye.
Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey and Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office. This is NPR.